Today I would like to talk about how you can get a house in good condition in a really good location in Japan for up to 80% off. I think anyone who's looked into Japan or wants to live in Japan will have come across the term akiya, which means vacant or abandoned house, but this is actually a different category. After viewing over 25 houses, we did come across some akiyas that were in really bad condition. So this video is for people who don't necessarily want to do up a house, they just want to move in but also have a bit of a budget. So this other category is called shinriteki kashi or jiko bukken. If you translate this into English, it's called a stigmatized property or a property with a psychological defect. When we came across these, we didn't quite know what it means, but I have looked into it and we did come across one, so I'm going to share my experience with you. Some examples of properties with a psychological defect include unnatural deaths. This means homicide, suicide or fatal deaths like a fire. Kurokushi, which means lonely death. Natural deaths where the body was not discovered for a long period requiring specialised decontamination cleaning. It also says here disturbing surroundings. Even if a house is clean, it can be labelled as psychologically defective if it is next to a graveyard, crematorium or the headquarters of an organised crime group, which is the Yakuza. Legally in Japan, the estate agent is required to declare this. But from what I read, there is a bit of grey area as to what should be reported and what shouldn't. For example, here it said the lonely death only required if the body was undiscovered for a long time, leading to severe odours or the need for special cleaning. I did spend a couple of hours trying to find a house with a psychological defect on the Suumo website, but I couldn't find any. You can't select it in a search criteria, which means you have to go through each house individually. You can usually tell quite quickly if it's a house with a psychological defect because it will be a lot cheaper than houses of a similar size in a similar location. I am going to share my experience of how I found out about this when I came to Japan. I contacted an estate agent because we were interested in viewing a house, and while we were there, he printed off lots of other houses that he thought we might be interested in. They normally give you an A4 sheet of paper with the house details on it, so he had a load like this and he kind of scattered them across the table. But the house with a psychological defect, he said, oh, you wouldn't want to see that one, and then he put it aside. Obviously he did want us to see it because he never would have printed it off, and I was curious because I didn't understand why he just put that aside. So I said, what's wrong with that one? He said, oh no, you won't be interested in that one because the previous owner committed suicide. So I said to him, can I just have a look at it anyway? And it was perfect. It was ideal, location, size, land, everything was perfect. When we said that we were interested in seeing it, the estate agent kind of changed and he said, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with it because this person committed suicide in the car anyway, not in the house. We did end up going to see it and we really loved it. I'm sharing some photos with you so you can have a look. It had 3 bedrooms, a toilet upstairs, a huge amount of land, and it was really close to the station. Afterwards we went back to the office and he said, do you want it? And it was another one of those situations where like, give me a chance to just think. Anyway, we did really like it. So honestly, the paper was here, the pen was here, and last minute we said, actually, can we just have one more day to think about it? And during that day, all I could think about is someone in their car, you know, not wanting to carry on, and it just kept playing over and over in my mind. In a way, I think in the UK where it's not a legal requirement to declare these things, it's better because sometimes ignorance is bliss. So in the end, we couldn't go ahead with this, and all of these things will just depend on your own personality and character, whether you're happy to live in a house where one of these incidents has taken place. In terms of discounts, I did have a look into it. As bad as this sounds, it says a natural death or lonely death, you can get up to 10 to 20% off. Suicide is up to 30 to 50% off, and murder is 50 to 80% off. It says here, properties where a violent crime occurred see the steepest drops. In extreme or famous cases, the property might be listed at a giveaway price just to clear the owner's taxes. As I said earlier, it was really difficult to find these online, so I think I would, if I was doing the process again, I would just go to the estate agent and just ask to see these properties. While I was looking into trying to find one of these stigmatized properties, I came across a website which says a lot of Japanese people use. It has information about where incidents have occurred. I'm not really sure how reliable this website is, but it seems people check it before purchasing a property. Just having a quick look at the website, there was quite a few incidents that people had taken their lives because of debt. It also had records of freak accidents and attacks by bears. I didn't look up our own house because obviously we've bought it now and I'd rather not know. I thought this information would be exclusive to Japan, but they actually have records of incidents in the UK too. The types of incidents that are recorded in the UK are quite different from the ones in Japan. After living in Japan for 2 years, I've noticed that people are a lot more spiritual and superstitious in Japan in general compared to the UK. I think Japanese people think if they buy a house that an incident has taken place in, then they'll have bad luck in their life. This is why these houses are so cheap and often they stay on the market for a very long time. That's why they've created a law that says that estate agents must disclose if an incident has taken place. In the UK, we would never really know the history of a house unless something famous had taken place. So there we have it, that's how you can get a discounted house in really good condition. If anyone does have any questions, please leave a comment and I'll do my best to answer. Sayonara!